Hi everyone, it's Shenandoah Papercraft. I'm welcoming you to this video. I'm calling it my triple-decker 1950s retro diner journal. Phew! The reason it's a triple-decker is once I got started, I couldn't stop. Um, Frankly, I blame all this on Joey Cardmaker because this started out on his fantastic giveaway, and I'm putting the link to this below. It's a freebie that you can download and make yourself. So the first part of the triple decker is the Joey Cardmaker folio. So that's part one. Part two is from Dusty Rose Papers, and it's another folio on Etsy, and I put the link down below, and another diner folio that's absolutely adorable, but I stuffed it and I added a lot of extra stuff to it, so I will show you that. Oh, the background, by the way, is my gorgeous 1940s diner waitress apron. So I'm going to show you that one, and I'm going to show you that one. Number three is the main event. This is my Corvette Diner journal, which I have made from food packaging. And I just made it myself, and I covered it in fabric. And I'll put some lace on the edge, and I'll open that in just a minute. So let's get on. Again, I've got all these links in the bottom. And in here are links from, I'll show you as I come to them. First of all, we have Joey Cardmaker, who inspired me to do this series. And his freebie of the Starline Diner Folio is, I'll give you the link to it below, so you could probably make one yourself. It's so cute and so fun to make. You just make it up in an afternoon. It's real easy. One of my favorite things I found on Etsy were called the 1950s greaser paper dolls, fussy cuts. And those are by Vintage Paper Supply Company. And they're so cute. And I printed out several of them. And I pasted them onto cardstock and cut them out. And you're going to see these ladies all throughout these two journals. So that's that one. Dusty Rose Papers did this folio, this diner folio. And it's so cute. And it's full and it's chunky, and I put a lot of my own personal stuff in here, so that's why it looks like it's just busting the seams. The retro index cards that I'm going to show you inside are from Scrimping Mommy, and those are freebies as well, and I will show you the link to hers as well below. And well, let me get started on these things. I'm going to start with Joey Cardmaker's little folio, because this is all his fault. I'm blaming him. I couldn't stop once I got started. So this little thing slides off, and again, it's Starline Diner. And look at how cute this is. You open this up, and it's got little mustard and ketchup here. There's a pocket here, and this guy comes out. And then on this side, it flips up. Whoops. Up, and there's a jukebox on top in this pocket. I'm going to pull this all apart for you in this cute little record player thing. And then we've got this that opens up, and inside here is a guest check inside of another pocket, and another journaling card in this cute, look at the diner coming out. And here we have straws and I don't know if that's a straw holder or a sugar holder. I'm not quite sure. But aren't these cute? And then this lady is another journaling card. And look at that background. Isn't that adorable? And then when you turn it over, again, that side flips up. The middle section here is an actual pad of paper that you can use to write on. Isn't that cute? So that's this folio. And I'm just going to slip these all back in here like this. Sorry, Joey. And that is number one. Number two is the diner folio, and it is so cute. On her printables are like this. I put this extra strip down here to give it some color. But inside we have a diner menu, and I put those black paper picture holder things, what do you call them? can't think of what they call them, on the corners here, so it looks like more like a menu. And inside the first page here, she made, this paper comes with the kit, and so does this pocket. However, I'm going to show you a lot of these cards with the vintage food on it. My daughter gave me a package of, well, 5 different packages, 5 different themes. And this one she gave me was diner food, and I thought, oh gosh, that means I have to make a second journal. So after Joey's, I started on this one so I could use those. And inside here, this is Ruby's Diner, which has gone out of business, unfortunately. But look at this menu. Let me see if I can pull this open. They had so much diner food on their menu. That's just one side. Look at the other side. So they had tons and tons of food. And they were usually, I live in California, and it seems like all the piers along the Pacific Ocean had a Ruby's Diner at the end of the pier. Several of them did. And then here we have one of the fussy cut paper dolls. She's adorable. And just some cutout things. And again, here's another one of these cards my daughter gave me. They're just on white cardstock, so you can journal on the back. So that goes in there. This girl is so cute. Her red and white striped shirt and her blue jeans. Route 66 looking to me. I made a pocket down here. This is, I collect diner cards. My grandfather in the 40s and 50s owned a diner, and I have a postcard of my grandfather's diner coming up in the other book, I think. And so I collected diner postcards, and this is the Chief Diner, and it is from 1965 from Durango, Colorado. So I thought that was really cute. So that goes back in there. And on this page, I made like a coffee lady collage. This lady's serving coffee, and here's coffee break, guest check, eat here, diner meal ticket. All these cutouts are from the kit. And another freshly brewed coffee. And this is a bunch of coffees, Nescafe coffee card. It's a playing card. So I put that up here. I have all these coffee. This is coffee dyed paper that I put coffee splotches on with a stamp. And here's a real coffee creamer cap for there. Now this, R.E. Hazard's Airport Diner, is the actual train diner my grandfather bought from someone who had started to open a diner, but then they didn't, I don't think they went through with it. So he bought it from them. And here is a weekly time record for a waitress, which I put in here. This is the original breakfast menu. What do we got? Fruits are 15 cents, 10 cents. Cereals, 15 cents. Eggs and omelets are 25 cents. Special breakfasts for 35 and 40 cents. Crazy. And then we've got this cutie paper doll. I love these paper dolls. They're so cute. And this is a guest check. And then here's another friendly waitress that's serving you coffee. And she has her thank you, come back soon receipt in there. And a coffee ad from the day, Sanka Coffee. On this page, I made a diner bingo card. And here's one more of these cute little cards, bacon. And the back, this belongs with this folio kit. So I've got that one. And there's the back side. So that's number 2. Now let me tell you about number 3 here. We have in town the Corvette Diner, which I absolutely love. Absolutely love it. And we go there every once in a while to eat. And, you know, the food might not be the best in the world, but the atmosphere and the dancing waitresses and the throwing of the straws, and just, you know, it's a show. The whole meal is a show. It's fantastic. So here's my Corvette Diner. Let me tell you how I got this stuff. We went to the Corvette Diner, and I had started making these other 2 ones. And I said to the waitress, do you have anything like, you know, the paper, paper that you put in the plastic baskets and then you put your French fries on it, grease paper maybe it's called. And I said, do you have a spare one of those? Well, next thing I know, she comes out of the back room and she just throws me all these Corvette Diner grease papers. You put these in, like in the French fry baskets and stuff so they don't make a mess. So she brought these out. Every time she passed my table, she threw something else at me. So first it was that. Then, well, everybody gets these when you walk in. There's these soda jerk hats that you put on. So everybody that's in the restaurant has this. And the DJ's playing and everybody's bopping and they're wearing their hats. And that's a fun time. So I got that. And then she said, oh, how about the blue plate special? So she gave me a couple of these too. Wisconsin Butterburger. So I got one of these. I got, as we were leaving, she said to me, oh, you'd really like one of these menus, wouldn't you? And she discreetly put it on the table and walked away really fast. So I had a sweater and I put the sweater over my arm and then I put the menu under my arm and she just let me walk right out with that menu. And I used almost all the menu pages in this book, and I'll show them to you as we come along. These are the leftovers. There's Elvis, Let's Rock, Everybody Let's Rock, Comfort Food for Complex Times, and Corvettes. These, like I said, these are just the leftover pieces. I've cut everything else up, which I'll show you. Green stuff, there's Corvette. Anyway, so cute, so cute. So I got all the Corvette Diner goodies I could. And so here's the inside. Or the cover, what I did was I made this out of packaging and I covered the outside with fabric and cut the Corvette Diner logo off the front of the menu. And then this diner is Ed's Diner from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. I don't know where that is, but US Route 202. And there's another cutie fussy cut paper doll. And inside, I lined it with paper. What I did, I didn't sew the signatures into the actual book. I sewed it on a separate piece of cardboard and glued it down into the center so it would, so you didn't see any stitching on the outside. So I've done that. And inside, let's go through here. So I just glued some, I need to re-glue that. Glued some lace down here. It looked like a diner doily to me. And inside the first page here, this is a digital download I created. And here is another old postcard. Greetings from Rutland, Vermont. And I cannot read the postmark. It says August 25th something. I don't know. Oh, 1961. There it is. And Lindholm's Diner in Vermont. And I just made a pocket out of that. These background papers are the ones I was talking about. Really cute. I pillaged all my cookbooks and I cut out ice cream. Here is the, I guess it's called grease paper that I put in here. Here's part of a menu, the menu. Chili, soup and salad, ginormous chicken fingers, and chili cheese waffle fries. Yum. And I folded it over so the Corvette's here. This is my grandfather's train diner. And it's called the Airway Diner. He had this diner and then eventually he built this canteen and a little restaurant connected to it. So it was like a whole, like a coffee shop, a dining room, and the train diner. And that was in like the 40s. Here's the cover of one of the Airway Diner menus. And a nice chocolate shake. Here is the appetizers. And it's called the Garbage Plate, Hula Hoop Onion Rings, Boneless Dinosaur Wings, Slap Me Some Skins, Say Cheese, Pickle Me Up at 6, and Call Me Flour. Here's part of the kids menu on ice cream. And she's adorable. I just love these things. She's got other ones too. I'm going to have to go download some more of hers from Etsy and make something out of those. Here is another Diner Bingo page. There's an ambulance going by. I hope you don't hear that. Here's another download I created. Two girls having their burgers and their chocolate malts. And another diner postcard. This one is Port Silver Diner in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Another cutie. This one is a hot fudge sundae, the Vet banana split boat, seasonal pile. Oh my goodness. Bottomless beverages. Here's the sandwich menu. All-American dip, Icantina tuna melt, the Four Tops Philly cheese, and so on, Peggy Sue's pastrami. So I put a grilled cheese sandwich in here with the sandwich page. Here is another one of those lovely background downloads. And more ice cream. Now in the middle here, I took one of those paper hats and I folded it and made pockets out of them. These are actual, okay, you know when you play a jukebox and you find the name of the song and you press the number of it? That's what these are. These were put out by the Starline Title Strip Company, and these went out to people with jukeboxes that had the record attached, which is why it's the same thing. They would include one of these if you had a home jukebox or a business jukebox. You can put the record with the name. And I just put some records down here. And here it's, okay, this is, right here, one of the memory decks cards that were from Scrimpin' Mommy, and they're freebies as well. And I linked her video below for that one. In this pocket is a banana split. In this pocket is another thing I got from the Corvette Diner, is their Corvette Diner and Gamers Garage business card, and a little menu of hamburger, cheeseburger, grilled cheese, etc. All from the Corvette Diner. Okay, don't laugh. Here we are in our silly hats. Jerry and I went to Corvette Diner with our hats. Like, here's the hats. And here we are having our chocolate shakes in our Corvette Diner hats. So yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's Jerry. So, yep, that's us. And here we are again down here in our little hats. And I made a tag out of some soda recipes right here. This is another part of the menu. Platters. So we got Sammy Davis shrimp, the meatloaf, Route 66 roast beef, and so on. Sophia Loren spaghetti. Annette Funicello is blackened shrimp, and Sandra D salmon. And here's another one of Scrimping Mommy's memory decks cards that come. There's 3 of them that came in her freebie. I did link the video again to that. And these 2 pages are so cute. This is the history of cotton candy on this page. And her colors went so good with this. You know, I wanted to find a page for every single one of these paper dolls. I love them. And soda fountain. Another one of those gorgeous. I didn't want to cover them up. They're so pretty by themselves. Now here's the other side of the platters and meatloaf, because what diner doesn't serve meatloaf? And what does Elvis say? I should have ordered the meatloaf. Here's some French fries, hot and crispy. And a club sandwich. Here's another time card with a cute girl on it. More ice cream. See, I was bound and determined to get all these girls in here because I just couldn't decide, so I decided to use them all. Soda fountains and desserts. Okay. I always get the cha-cha chocolate when we go. That's that big thing you saw in the picture. Milkshake, best in town. It's pretty darn good, let me tell you. Here's another one of Scrimping Mommy's Memoredex cards with an ice cream card in it. And it matches this ice cream perfectly, I thought. Retro Diner, and here's another. This is the Milford Diner in Milford, Pennsylvania. So that's an oldie but goodie. Shakes, floats, and cocktails. Here I found a spot, of course, for the blue plate special. And my rah-rah cheerleader. This is my grandfather's coffee shop. After he sold the train diner, he moved into coffee shop land. So this is his diner he had from the late 50s through the mid 70s or so. Then he retired. Here is one more page of burgers. We got Dee Dee, Brenda, Rory, Cookie, Patsy's Pastrami, Betty's Waffle Burger. And here's the hamburger card. Here's the kids menu and the back side of the Daily Blue Plate Special. And I did line the insides with paper that kind of matched the outside in color, and put these brass corners on it. So there you go. I made the triple decker diner. I hope you enjoyed that and like my cute little apron here. I love her little diner things. I grew up in the food, the food service kind of family, because they went on to do catering too. I will see you soon. I've already got my next project halfway done, so it shouldn't be too much longer for another video. I thank you for watching. Bye-bye.